Hi, boys and girls. Welcome back. How did you like that magic trick? It was an illusion. So, we are going to go ahead and get right into our art lesson, continuing from our Tuesday's weaving lesson. But this time, with this weaving, we are going to create an optical illusion. Now, if you are my upper grade, do you remember what an optical illusion is? If you know, send me a message. We have our basic weaving patterns that used straight lines across your paper. And this time with our optical illusion, we are going to create either curved lines, diagonal lines, or wavy lines. And that is what will help you create an illusion. So this one looks like I have a cube coming out of my paper. Just giving that simple change of direction of my lines is what gives you that illusion. Also a trick into creating an optical illusion with weaving. It depends on the paper, the choice of color you pick. So you need your two colors to be a contrast. What that means is the two colors cannot look the same. So if I take my blue and my black, they don't look the same, but because they're both dark, it won't really give the illusion of something coming out of your paper. But if I pick black and yellow, the yellow or the black, definitely you can tell they're different colors of paper. So that's why for my example, I used black and white so that you'd be able to see the cube coming out of the paper. So you're going to need two materials. You're going to need your two choice of color of contrast paper and a pair of scissors. Alrighty, let's get started. Alrighty, first things first. Let's start with our warp. That is the base of your weaving. Fold it in half and fold the edge as your guide so you know where to stop cutting. I grabbed a ruler just to make my fold a little bit more even. You don't need to use one if you don't have one. I'm also going to use a silver marker so that you can see exactly where I'm at on this lesson. Remember when we were using our basic weaving, we used straight lines. For this optical illusion weaving, we are using diagonal lines. I use my finger as a space so that my lines aren't too close together. It doesn't have to be perfect, but make sure you are using at least a guide so you know where you're at. I do the same thing on the other side. Alrighty, it's time to cut. Remember, we are cutting on the side where the fold is and you're stopping at your guideline. Time to make sure we did it right. Open up your paper and none of it should fall out. If it does, just repeat and make sure you cut where the fold is. I am starting my weaving process, which is the same thing as our basic weaving. Over, under, over, under, over, under. Remember, when you move to your next strip, it goes under, over, under, over, under, over. Also, make sure that you're sliding the paper up when you're done weaving it through your warp. Here's another example of an optical illusion, this time using curve line. I draw my straight line down the middle, and I'm going to use a 2-finger space so that my lines are a little bit further apart. 3 on each side. friends. I hope you give this lesson a try. Challenge yourself. I know you can do it. There really isn't a wrong way that you can do this lesson. The only way it can go wrong is if you give up and you don't try. And I know you can do it. So when you're creating your optical illusion, remember to use different direction of line. So if you're using wavy lines, diagonal lines, and curved lines. Also remember to pick contrast paper. That means paper that are not similar. If you have black paper, that gives really good contrast to any of the colored paper you have. If you don't have contrast to paper, create it. Okay? If you have any questions or need help with anything, feel free to reach out to me. I am here for you guys. Have an amazing weekend, and I will see you back on Tuesday. Bye.